Hey, what's up, K-Stars? We're back with another weekly vlog, and this week I'm really excited because I want to get into what it's like being a corporate project manager and an influencer and everything I do in between. I feel like we can do it all. We can knock it all out, and not to say I'm not encouraging you to overfill your plate, but at the same time, I do think it is something that I have been able to manage, and I just kind of wanted to share this week from that perspective with you. So welcome to the video, and if you're one of my K-Stars, please put your star in the comment section so I know that you made it to this week's vlog.
I've got 30 minutes if you want to spill your mind. Give me all your reasons to why I should take my time. Used to have forever, but you never cared that much. Just tell me
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the...
I got my new coffee mugs in the mail. Saw them on Aaliyah's Face channel. Aaliyah Face's channel. And they seem really dope for making my iced coffee, because now my ice cubes can fit in the big mug and I can still have my coffee and all of my like cream and everything in here, and it all will fit really nicely together. So I'm gonna make some iced coffee. It's actually the afternoon and I've had a really busy day of meetings, so I haven't talked to you guys much yet, but I'm gonna have my coffee and then we're gonna catch up. This coffee is so easy to make. I use Veranda, and this is the Starbucks Veranda to make it. I'm gonna use a whiskey cube. Okay, this thing is cold. Okay, y'all, I also have these new straws that I just ordered. It's like a gold, it's a metal straw, not a gold straw, but it's a metal straw. So they're kind of short. It's kind of short. I don't know if it's gonna work. I was telling Brian I probably should have looked to see the length. I just assumed all straws are the same length, but these are 5-inch straws, so it's not long enough. You add milk. Mix it up. Then we're going to add our cube. Iced coffee. Now I'm gonna grind out these last few action items and do it with a smile on my face, Brian.
Do it with a smile on your face, that's true.
I feel so studious today. I have my little bun pulled back, my little pearls on, my Tiffany pearls. I have on a cardigan. To me, cardigan feels like a project manager outfit. Don't you agree, Brian?
Yes.
Yes, Brian says yes, so it's official. No, I definitely, when I wear my cardigans, I feel like, I don't know how to put it, but I feel kind of like a cross between corporate meets my B-school days. So cardigans make me feel smart, I guess is where I'm trying to get after, but. All right, it's time to get back to work.
I belong to you.
I belong to you.
Okay, I wanted to just take a really quick minute, so I'm going to try not to talk too long, but just to give you guys some background for those of you who are new and don't know much about my project management experience. So I've been a project manager I've been certified for 2 years, and I believe I've been in my current role or roles similar to what I've been doing for at least, it's probably been like 8 of 10 years of my time at the current company that I'm at. So I've been a project manager in some capacity over the last 8 years. I probably will say I've been doing my job more like the process they tell you to do it in as a project manager for like 5 or 6 years, because I actually went through a huge integration of 2 companies where we were involved with bringing the organizations together and actually running that project as a bunch of smaller projects. So it was probably, I don't know if it would even qualify as like a project. It's probably more of a program. But with that being said, I have a lot of experience as a project manager. I actually went back to school to get my MBA in marketing, and my sub-concentration is in strategy, which you would think with me doing YouTube and having that background it would help me a little bit more, but I feel like sometimes I really struggle with my own YouTube channel from that perspective, because I struggle with seeing the trees as opposed to the leaves. I'm all about the details and I forget about the bigger picture, but that is neither here nor there. I think for those of you though who are interested in project management, or who know me and maybe you're just watching this video because you just enjoy my content in general, I will say I honestly didn't know much about this type of job before I got into it. Like, I kind of evolved where there were different projects and roles that were coming up, and I would be asked if I was interested, and just over time it's evolved to the point where now I have been selected to do a number of projects based on the history that I've had. So it definitely wasn't something I knew about or was even interested in before I found out about it, but I definitely think it's something that any career, honestly, like almost any career, could benefit from project management experience. And ultimately what a project is like when you think of having a deliverable and a set time frame, and typically there's a budget, you manage that as a project and ultimately drive down the action items, the deliverables, coordinate the stakeholders that are involved to ensure that the project is done on time and under budget. So it, in my opinion, is one of the fun roles that I have had in my career. And I've done sales, I've done, like, honestly almost everything, I feel like, at some point. Like, I've touched so many different things. And in the company I've worked in finance, quality, regulatory, marketing, what else have I done? Logistics and supply chain, and like I said, basically everything. So long story short, I'm not gonna in this video share with you guys specific things because I don't want to give away details about my company or anything I'm working on at my company. But overall, I do want to share with you that, you know, the biggest thing I think my job entails is really, really strong communication, whether that be communicating verbally, whether that be communicating via email. Like, project management is all about making sure people are on the same page, making sure you have a good understanding as to when things are off track, understanding how long it's going to take to do certain things and how much it's going to cost. Like, it's just really about managing all aspects of a project, and I absolutely love it. I feel like the dope part about doing PM or being a PM is that you can, like, jump into projects, and when it's over you get to start a new project, which brings a new challenge and new things to learn. And another question I get a lot about being a project manager is if you need to be an expert in whatever field it is, whatever project you're getting on. And in all honesty, you really don't. It does help to understand though, because the more you understand, the easier it is to know what pitfalls to watch out for. But the beauty in project management is if you understand the process and you get certified and you go through the PMBOK and you just learn all the different things you need to know, you should be able to almost jump in on any project and be effective. So like I said, I didn't want this section to be too long, but I did want to give you guys just some background of, like, what I do, my perspective about project management, and some of the things to take into consideration.
Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else.
Yeah.
Let you down.
Today is Tuesday, February the 23rd, and I was trying to put together the new chairs that I got. We have two bar stools. I think you call them bar stools or countertop chairs. So I got two to match the other chairs that we got for the round table. And then we have a round table that is on the way. So I finally ordered us a new table, which I'm really excited to get. And I think it's gonna look really perfect in here in this kitchen. I figured we might as well get everything we wanna have for the house because I am not sure how much longer we're gonna be here, but I just want the house to be to the standard that I would like it to be. Krixus is ringing the bell. I just sat down and he's ringing the bell. So he is such a boss. Like, he's so bossy. But anyways, I wanted the house to be, you know, where we feel super proud of just every room that we have. That way when we move, there's not a lot that we have to do. So this table that we purchased, it has enough area for 6 seats, and we purchased 6 seats when we got the chairs to replace the last chairs that we had, and then I got the 2 countertop chairs to match. So if you guys like this color, they actually have other colors too, but if you like these chairs, I'll have a link in the description box if you want to check them out. I also grabbed a clip of the chair that I got from IKEA last week, and I love that chair. It's really comfortable to me. And then Brian was able to take the black chair that I had, which he gave me. He's like, you're an Indian giver. But no, he took the black chair that he gave me like a year ago Christmas, and he put it at the desk downstairs. So now we have 2 fully operational desks, very comfortable chairs, and I think everything is kind of coming together. So I am actually about to run a really quick errand. I'll probably catch up with you guys later on this evening, but I just kind of wanted to tell you what was going on in here. I can't wait to show you the finished look because I really like the way things are coming together in here. I think it's going to be really nice. And the last thing I want to do, or the last couple things I want to do in this kitchen, replace the floors, paint the cabinetry a different color, and then paint all the walls. I want to paint the walls in here and in the basement just to get it, you know, get the right vibe going before we decide what we're gonna do with this house. So that's the plan, and I guess I'm sticking to it. The last thing I want to show you is I do want to show you the living room. Please excuse the pile of clothes. I'm gonna just let y'all know right now, I have a pile of clothes. We're just gonna see the real, you know, the real house right now, but I have a pile of clothes I have to fold tonight before I go to bed. But outside of that, I do want to show you the living room because I think it looks really cute, and let this man outside because he's been very patient waiting for me. Okay, you guys, this is the living room. So here's one side. We basically have the love seat, the larger couch, and then the table is between the two. I need to get the angles right in this room because right now I don't like the way this looks. But my goal is to eventually put like a big plant or something behind that seat. That way it just has a better flow on that side of the room. The problem too is this furniture is so oversized, and I did not predict that it would be hard in this room to get everything to fit in here. So this is what the first side looks like. We obviously have the fireplace. And then on top of the mantle, I just put this picture that I've had for a really long time. Got that picture a while back at the last house. I can't even remember like where it came from, but I put this little like glass vase thing in the candle over here. And that like pot like thing is from the Pottery Barn, and this, I can't remember exactly where I got that from, but this is what I have the setup over here. This is over here. I gotta figure out this TV situation because I'm not a huge fan of the overall setup. But for now, I just put that TV stand over there, and then my Michigan State stuff, which I need to find a home for those as well. I have those faux pampas, which probably should be cut down. But I for some reason don't want to cut it just yet in case I end up getting different vases for them. So for now, I just have 2 of those in that vase. And then the last chair is over here, which, as I mentioned to you guys, I have some laundry that I need to take care of. And then I put my little mirror back there that used to be in the office that Aries has taken over and repurposed into a room. Overall, this is what the room looks like. Take me to your soul. Hey guys, so today's Wednesday and I wanted to just catch up with you for a quick minute about the project management aspect of today's video. And basically, I told you guys a little bit about just like the background of my career, the background of me being a PM, but I don't really feel like I've shared a lot about what exactly I do in my role. So right now I'm managing a couple of projects at my job, and I will say the one thing I absolutely love about being a project manager is the fact that I get to work with so many people, and as I mentioned before, you have the opportunity to finish a project and start a new project, which in my opinion makes things a little bit fun because it's like you never really get bored. So I just love the fact that it's always changing, you're always working with new people, and it just keeps things really fresh and exciting. I like the fact that as a PM you have a process that you can follow when you get certified that really helps you to not drop the ball, not make mistakes as a PM, and just know how to do a project and do a good job at it. And I feel like the project management certification is one of the few things you can do in your career. Like, for example, you go to business school, you spend all this money, and there's so many things about when you get your degree that you're gonna forget. Whereas being a PM, if you hold on to the overall training that they teach you, you can be a good PM. And if you follow the textbook, you don't want to be too stringent, but if you follow the textbook overall, you can do a project. And I think I just love the process of it. I feel like it just makes things flow really nicely. Whereas when you come into some companies and you get into a role, a lot of times things aren't as clean cut and dry in terms of like what exactly you are supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. So I love that aspect of being a project manager. I do think being a little bit extroverted does help. I had someone ask me a question the other day around introvert versus extrovert for project management, and I do think being at least comfortable public speaking, being comfortable in front of groups, being comfortable with some level of confrontation is probably good too, because there's going to be times where you have to hold people's feet to the fire. You have to put pressure on them to get the work done, and you have to be really good with politics. I think management of politics is also very important when it comes to being a project manager. But I love the role. It's so much fun. It keeps things exciting. It keeps things fresh. Every day is different, and if you approach things in the right mindset and you follow the process, I think it's almost foolproof, as long as when you don't feel like you know what to do next, you just go back to the book. Literally, go back to the book if you get stuck, because the book is not going to let you down. But I have seen people get too rigid trying to use the book for everything, and then they end up really getting on people's nerves. So it's like finding that happy medium between the book and what you learn and actually managing the project based on the culture of the company that you're working in. So I hope that helps a little bit. Like, I know these videos, as much as I want to share every detail and I really want you to get a sense for the little things that I do throughout my day, I have to admit, like, from a video perspective, it's probably not as sexy because I can't share too much, but at the same time, it is a lot of fun, and I definitely want you to walk away feeling like you know a little bit more about what it means to be a project manager. The last thing I wanted to share with you, since I haven't really shown you like exactly what my day looks like, just give you a quick overview of what my day is like from just me sharing it with you verbally. So I start off in the morning, 8 a.m. I have lunch from 12 to 1, and then I'm done for the end of the day at 5 p.m. Those are like our standard hours, 8 to 5. So I hustle pretty hard to get my stuff done. I've had my late nights, which at times remind me of B school, which sometimes that can be fun. And then obviously, you know, it's a give and a take, but I love it. It's a blast. I also have a lot of meetings where we will, you know, have set times on calendar. So I use Outlook to manage my calendar, and we have our meetings. We use a platform called WebEx to do our video conferencing and share slides or documents with each other. You can record the meetings if you have people that miss, but that's how we kind of communicate together, being in this whole remote environment, and it works out really, really nicely for us. So I think the last thing I just want to mention is like some tools that I use as a project manager, which I think can be super helpful for those of you trying to establish a nice cadence for yourself and how you're gonna do things, or how you'd like to manage your projects, or just yourself as a project manager, because I think this is really important. You have to be organized, you know what I'm saying? So one thing I use is OneNote, Microsoft OneNote. Microsoft OneNote, what I love about it is I can log on to it on my work computer. I can log on to it on my iPad, and I can like reference it from the iPad. I can take notes on my iPad, and you can also log on to it on other platforms. So if I want to get on it here on this big computer, I can. If I need to log on another computer, I can get in my Microsoft OneNote and access it wherever I'm at, which I love. Let me show you. I wanted to show you guys too. I use an iPad. So this is my iPad that I got probably like a year ago if I'm not mistaken, and this iPad is so bomb. I got the case that comes with it, and then I also purchased the Apple Pen, and it's nice because if I want to take notes, I can take notes in Microsoft OneNote using the keyboard, or I can just use my pen and just write, and everything is all organized, and it makes me look like a rock star when I'm taking notes, and then I decide to send those notes out to everybody when the whole meeting is over. So I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of like really tactical things or little things that I do in my day, but I did feel like it would be helpful to just share some things that, you know, I go through in my day that I experience, and things I think are just helpful to know if you are considering being a project manager. And I think the one last thing I do want to spike out, and I believe I said this on Monday, is project management can be beneficial to just about every function, because when we're doing work and we're executing whatever it is that our job entails, most of the time it's coupled and packaged as a project. So regardless of if you're a project manager or you're in another role, or you're a director or even a vice president, understanding how project management works is so helpful. And I'm not telling you that you need to get certified or anything like that, but I do think that it adds an additional feather in your hat when you're working in corporate America. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off my soapbox, but I did want to share this with you guys in the event that you were interested. Okay guys, it's 6:46 and I need to cook dinner. So I'm making the Greek chicken that I did a couple days ago. I think I shared it with you guys. It's one of my favorites. It's so easy to make, and I'm honestly kind of not in the mood to cook dinner tonight. So that is what we're doing. I have my chicken in the bowl. It's marinating. I basically just use like seasoning salt, paprika, garlic, black pepper, and you need for sure your Greek yogurt. So we've got all this marinating, and I guess now it's time to fry it on the pan. I will say, you guys, I'm so excited. I just got somebody that I absolutely love to sign up for TD Ameritrade, so they're about to start trading. I'm so geeked. Like, I want to say who, but I'm not going to say who because I don't want to expose their private information. But I'm so excited. I just feel like when you start trading, you start building wealth that way and actually having a portfolio, it just feels so good. So I'm just really excited for this person, and I cannot wait until they get their first investment and their first gains in the market. Like, it's such a great milestone. If you don't have investments, definitely look into it. I'm not saying you need to do it, but definitely look into it for sure. So I'm about to get this food cooking real quick because I have a lot of stuff I gotta do tonight. Like, my laundry list is actually pretty crazy. While the chicken is cooking, I'm about to put this together. We needed some more storage in our pantry, and we have this huge wall where there's nothing, but we don't have enough places to put all the appliances we have. So I ordered this cart that we are going to now use and put everything on so that our pantry can look really organized and not look totally cluttered with stuff on the floor. I used to be all big and bad, and I would brag about how I could like put stuff together and do all this stuff by myself, but now I will say it's so funny. Every time I get something like this, I'll try to start and then I get discouraged, and then I'll just be like, Brian, can you please help me? And then he comes and he does it for me. Like yesterday when I did those chairs, I started one, got halfway through, and then he had to come behind me and fix it and finish the chair and then get the other chair together. So maybe it's just me getting older. I don't know what it is, but it's nice when your significant other's love language is acts of kindness. Or I think it's acts of service. Brian's love language is acts of service. He loves doing things to be helpful, and I appreciate it too. I'm telling you. All done. So it is Thursday night. Today has been really crazy, and I'm just like, I cannot wait until it's Saturday. Like, oh my goodness. But overall, it's been a really great week. I had my performance review this week, which went really great. I had just a lot of great things happening. I think with the exception of the market this week has been really down. So I haven't done any like swing trading or anything like that. I've actually just purchased a couple stocks that I want to hold for the long term, and I'm super excited because I've been stalking and watching these companies and these tickers for a minute, wanting to get into them. So I just can't wait till things turn around. It's kind of weird because when the market is down, it makes you feel nervous and it makes you not want to jump in and do anything, but at the same time, it really is the best time to get in because you are getting stuff on a discount. And I love purchasing stocks that have already reached a high, like a new high, but they come back, and it's almost to me just reassuring because it just shows you that they have the potential to continue to grow to the next level. So I don't know, this week where everybody has kind of been crazy nervous and scared or taking big losses, I was super excited because I've been waiting for this to happen. With that being said, if you guys are doing any trading, like I was thinking about a lot of the new people because right now it's a lot of new people trading, and if you don't have your risk mitigation together, if you don't have a good plan, or you're not buying good companies, it can be a really risky time to be trading. But I also really quickly wanted to touch on the project management aspect of this video, and I just was hoping that sharing that side of my week in my life, it would be helpful for those of you who are curious about it. And the cool thing is, in this current market, project management is a really great role that honestly can be something that every single company can benefit from. And there's always lots of roles, remote roles within companies in large cities and even small cities like where I live. So it's just like one of those positions where once you learn it and once you become certified, you can almost go anywhere and take this experience and leverage it. So I hope this has just been kind of intriguing or helpful for those of you who either are in this career or want to get into this career, because it can be really dope. And I think from just the financial aspects of it, depending on the type of company you work for, the sky can be the limit, you know, at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed that part of this video. Y'all, this collar, I did not iron my shirt today, and when I washed this shirt, I just hung it up. And I should have really ironed this collar, so please ignore the collar today. But the one thing I wanted to say to you guys before I get out of here is, I know for me lately I've just been kind of all over the place, and I think that in a way has been keeping me busy and keeping me from getting bored, because I really don't feel bored, but at the same time I have recognized that I have definitely been playing around with this and then playing around with that other thing and then that other thing and then that other thing. But at the same time, I definitely feel like I'm just, like, if I really take a step back, I think that I'm just struggling a little bit from like cabin fever, or maybe, I think that's the proper term. I think I have cabin fever. So I want to be more creative around dealing with that, because I know there's only a short period of time where I have to continue to try to be the way that I have been over these last, you know, few months with this pandemic to try to protect my fam. But at the same time, you guys, I just wanted to say, like, I recognize from a content perspective for those of you who are looking for inspiration, like you may be looking for inspiration in terms of your budget, in terms of like your money and your bills. And, you know, I talked about that a little bit, and then the trading aspect, and then, you know, maybe it's the career aspect. And I feel like I really have to just take a step back and maybe slow down a little bit, because while I may be speeding up and doing things really fast because that keeps me from getting bored and it keeps me just energized and excited, I think from the outside looking in, it could feel like I'm like legit all over the place. So I'm gonna try to do a better job of just slowing down and really spending time on some of these topics that, you know, I am just so into right now and that I'm really excited about, because I do think I've made a lot of strides in some of these areas, and I do think that sharing that could be intriguing for some of you out there who are watching and listening. So I'm gonna work on that, and hopefully, you know, we can just like dive into some of these categories, because I do think they're really, really interesting, whether it be the budgeting or the, you know, trading aspects or the home aspects, which we're gonna talk about the home in the next video. You guys saw I got a couple things today in this video, but I'm gonna be talking about the home and like what all we're gonna be doing with our house and just all that good stuff here really soon in the future. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, but I did just kind of want to give some clarity there, because I know your girl, I know I've been like bouncing all over the place, and I'm really gonna try to do better about that. It has been kind of been what's been keeping me sane, so I hope that makes sense. But if there are any of you out there who are project managers and you have questions, or those of you who are interested in getting into project management, don't hesitate to ask. I know this wasn't just about PM, like we've kind of, you know, just seen like my, I think, realistic week in my life, but at the same time, I do want to also still be a resource for those of you who have questions and just kind of want to talk to somebody who is like them, trying to, you know, get to maybe where I'm at today. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna let you go, but I really hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye.
I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking